Thanks, students. So I'll be teaching about the management portion. So we'll discuss about the management definition, then meaning of management, then about the why management is needed, then then objectives of management. So we'll start with the introduction. Okay. So without mind and intelligence, the human body is nothing. So its management is important. It is just like a business house will be a mere collection of physical equipment, materials, labor without management. So it is the function of management which utilizes resources for the realization of the objectives of the business firm. So objectives can be of economics objectives or social objectives. So meaning of management. So there is no universally acceptable definition of management. So the definition, some of the common terms or terms which is really connect with the management, like the determination of organization goals and the accomplishment of the organization goals. So the most widely accepted meaning of management is a process by which a responsible person, it may be a manager or executive in the organization, get the things done through the efforts of the other person in group activities. So management is a process. In that process, a responsible person, which can be a manager or an executive of the organization, he get the things done through the utilizations of other persons in group activities. So management is a process which is done by the responsible person to achieve the goal of an organization using the efforts of other person. So another definition is management is the process of planning, organizing, directing, and controlling the efforts of organization members and of using all other organizational resources to achieve the stated organization goals. So management is the process of planning, organizing, directing, and controlling. So it is a process of planning what things to be done, who are going to take the responsibility, and who are to be given tasks or assignment. All these things have to be chalked out first, and you have to organize it, okay, and you have to give direction and control the efforts of organization members and using the available resources of the organization in order to achieve the goal of an organization. So this is the management. So process is a systematic way of doing things. So what is process? Process is a systematic way of doing things. So we defined management as a process because all managers, regardless of their particulars, aptitude or skill, engage in certain interrelated activities. Now, let's come to organization. Organization may be defined as human group. It's a group of people deliberately and consciously created for the attainment of certain goals with rational coordination of closely related activities, relevant activities. So organizations is defined as the human group of human beings deliberately created for the attainment of group goals. Okay. So we can classify organization on various bases. One, according to the sizes, it may be organization may be small, medium, large, or giant. And on according to the ownership, on the basis of ownership, it can be classified into public organization, private organization, mixed organization. And on the basis of legal, it can be of solo trader, partnership firm, joint stock company, cooperative, corporate society. And on the basis of area of function, it can be of local, regional, national, and international. And depending on the functions, it can be of economic organization, political organization, integrative organization, pattern maintenance organization. Still, organization can be classified by using other bases. Organization goals. So, the purpose of for our study, organization goals can be of official goals or operating goals. So official goals are the general purposes of the organization, goals to be achieved. It for the general purpose of the organization, that is the official goals, as put forth in the charter annual reports, public statement by key and other authoritative pronouncement. And operating goals. Operating goals, on the other hand, designate aims sought through the actual operating policies of the organization. So in this operating goals, detail is what actually the organization is trying to do. So in the operating goals, say organizations, they want to expand their business in certain geographical areas, or they want to take up some kind of some kind of mission, objectives, goals. This will comes under the operating goals. And official goals, it is a general for the general purposes of the organization. So official goals are the general purposes of the organization, and operating goals it tells us what the organization is actually trying to do. Then let's say, who are managers? A manager is a person who plans, organizes, directs, and control what? Human, financial, physical, and information resources in the efficient and effective pursuit of the specified organization goals. So manager is a person where we heard many a times that a manager will handle this, he's a manager, so he's a manager of an organization. So who is a manager? A manager is a person who plans, organizes, directs, and controls human, financial, physical, and information resources in the efficient and effective manner of the organizational goals. So, what is efficiency? So, it's important to know what is efficiency. Efficiency means doing the things right. Doing the things right means, say, if your boss or your senior managers give you orders, okay, or if they assign you a task, you do it accordingly, according to the rules, according to the orders that is assigned to you or that is given to you. So that is efficiency. And effectiveness, it is doing the right things. So when you are assigned a task or when you are given orders to do a particular activities, and you say, if you think you need some kind of rectification in the process or in the action in the activities, you rectify it and you do it, and you try to achieve the fulfill the assigned tasks. So that is the doing the right things. So for being a manager, if he he should be a person who plans, organizes, and give directions and controls the financial resources in the efficient and effective manner. So this is the manager. The nature of management. So the most dependable view regarding the nature of management is that management is science and art. So it is considered that management is both science and art. So management, let's say we're management as a science. So science is a systematized body of knowledge pertaining to a particular field of inquiry. So science management is considered to be as science. So why? It is a systematized body of knowledge pertaining to a particular field or inquiry. So management is not actually a science, it is also considered to be a soft science because it applies the management as a systematized body of knowledge pertaining to its field, and various concepts, principles, and techniques have been developed through deductive and inductive reasoning. So, in the area of designing of an effective organization structure, there are a number of principles which serve as guidelines for delegating authority. The unity of command, the consistency of authority and responsibility are some of the important principles which help to decide proper delegation of authority. Science as management as a science, they it utilize or it adopted management, sorry, scientific principles and techniques, various concepts for delegating authority. In the field of management, some techniques relating to budgeting, cost accounting, planning, and control are also used. Such techniques are part of management theory and are means of helping to managers who undertake activities most effectively. So management is not so exact science like other physical science like physics, chemistry. So the main reason for the inexactness of science is that it deals with the people, and it is very difficult to predict their behavior accurately. So it is a social process, so it falls in the area of social sciences. So management is referred to as soft science, which doesn't have hard and fast rules. And let's see management as an art. So art is the bringing about a desired result through the application of skill. It is concerned with the application of knowledge and skill. So management is one of the most creative art as it requires a vast knowledge and certain innovating, initiating, implementing, and integrating skills in relation to goals, resources, techniques, and results. So management, as an art management, for managing the people, he has to use his knowledge and skill. It is not an easy task to predict the human behavior. So it requires certain skills, human skills and knowledge. So, as an art management call for a corpus of abilities, intuition, and judgment, and a continuous practice of management theories and principles. Management is an art because the process it is involved the use of knowledge and skill, and it is directed to the accomplishment of concrete result. Like any other arts, it is creative in the sense that management create new situation needed for further improvement. So in an organization, if you want your junior officers to work accordingly or to get the things done, you have to motivate him. You have to give guidance. So for that, you need to create certain situation in order to improve or in order to motivate your employees or junior staff. So it is management is something very creative, which you have to utilize your innovative skills, okay, your abilities, your judgment. So, management is personalized. That is, every man in this profession has his individual approach and technique in solving problem. So, management is both science and art. It is science because it management utilizes or adopted such scientific techniques, tools, and techniques. Okay, principles And why it is art? Because you have to for managing, for management, you have to have knowledge and skills, you know. So management has to create certain situations for improving or for motivating the employees, for motivating the junior staffs, or for the people. And it is depending on the management skill of the person who is handling the situation. Can use different techniques, different approach in solving the problem. So thus we can conclude that management is both a science and art. If science teachers want to know, art teachers want to do. Managers have to know and do things effectively and efficiently to be successful. So they are indeed a unique scientific and artistic combination in practice. Let's see why management is needed. So for most of our lives, we are members of one organization or another. Maybe a college, maybe a sports team, a musical and theatrical group, religious or communal organization, a branch of the armed forces, or a business. And management is needed in organization because without it, people will go off on their own and work towards obtaining their own objectives independently of others. Without management in organizations, effort would be wasted. We are all affected by good or bad management practices, and we should therefore learn to recognize and influence the quality of management that affects our life. So, management is needed. Why? We to reach objective. Management is needed in order to achieve organizational and personal objectives. So, this is the number one. Second, to maintain balance between conflicting goals. Management is needed to maintain balance among the conflicting objectives, goals, and activities of the stakeholders of an organization. So, for stakeholders are those who have stake in the organization's success, including employees, owners, customers, government, authorities, creditors, and others. The shareholders, the person who have invested in a part in a company, just like you must have heard about the mutual fund, or purchasing a share from the banks or from the company. So they are the stakeholders. So management is needed to maintain the balance between the conflicting goals and activities of the stakeholders of an organization. So this is the second point. And third, to achieve efficiency and effectiveness. An organization's performance can be measured in many different ways. So, two of the most common ways are in terms of efficiency and effectiveness. Effectiveness is the secret of success for any organization. For managers, the pertinent question is not how to do things right, but how to find the right things to do and concentrate resources and effort on them. So let's come to management skills. A successful manager must possess a wide variety of expert skills and abilities appropriate to the nature of the job being performed. So let's see what are the management skills required. Uh, Conceptual skills, human skills, technical skills, and administration skills. So conceptual skills reflect a manager's ability to organize information and to judge relationship within a complex. That is, the manager must be able to view the total organization, appreciate the functional relationship of the organization units, and to understand how a change in one unit will impact other units. It is often called the ability to see the picture. So conceptual skills is a very important skills for being a manager. A manager should have a conceptual skills. It reflects the manager's ability to organize information and to judge relationship within a complex whole. So he should have the ability to organize information, to distribute to disseminate information, to collect information from the other department, other organize from the other geographical areas, and to judge relationship. So it is something like he should be have the ability to see the picture in advance. So D, it is to understand how a change in one unit will impact the other unit. This is the conceptual skills which is required by the management. And second, human skills. Human skills are needed to get along with people, to get work done through people, or to motivate individual or work group performance. So human skills are needed to get work done through people, to motivate the individuals, to motivate the group work performance. So it includes like interpersonal skill such as communication, negotiation, bargaining, then leading, influencing, motivation, discipline, and conflict resolution. Then technical skills, it is the ability to perform a specific task or function. And the manager needs the basic technical skills of the accounting professionals. So a technical skills to perform a specific task or function. So suppose if you are a computer engineer or civil engineer, so you should know the technical skills required in the civil engineer or that is required in the computer engineering professional. So this is the technical skills. So a manufacturing manager needs the technical skills to deal with equipment, technology, and methods of production. And administration skill. The administration skills refers to the whole range of skill associated with planning, organizing, staffing, and controlling. These skills include an administrator's ability to follow policies and procedures, process paperwork in an orderly manner, and manage expenditure within the limit set by a budget. So in these administration skills, he should have the skills that it is a kind of paperwork. He should have the ability to follow policies and procedures, process paperwork in an orderly manner, and manage expenditure within the limits set by a budget. So administrative skills are an extension of conceptual skills. Now let's come to managerial roles. So a role can be defined in as an organized set of behaviors that are identified with a specified position or office. So according to Henry Mainsburg, about one third of managers' time is spent in dealing with subordinates. Means they are spending more time in communication with their subordinates. About one third in dealing with external and one third in a variety of activities, including contact with superiors, tours to the workplace, and thinking. So when business organization confer upon authority on its executive, they also convey a certain measure of status. So following are the related roles given by Henry Mainsburg. Role of a manager. So interpersonal role. So in this interpersonal role, it is dealing with the interpersonal relationship, both inside and outside the firm. So the role of a manager is given by Henry Mintzberg. So according to him, first one interpersonal role. So in these interpersonal roles, dealing with interpersonal relationship both inside and outside the organization. So under interpersonal role, we have figurehead role, leader role, then liaison role. Okay, so we'll discuss about the figurehead role. So in this figurehead role, the managers will be the symbolic hat, okay, of the institute, then visiting dignitaries and attending grand opening ceremonies representing the organization. As a leader of the organization, so he will represent the organization and attend the functions or function. Leader role, it involves leadership and motivational activities. He must perform the human resource management function required staffing and maintaining productive workforce. He will take the leadership role in the organization, and he will motivate the employees and give guidance his junior staff or employees, okay, or the human resources available in the organization. Then third one, liaison role. So in this, it involves activities in which the executives develop and maintain a network of contact outside the organization. Well, the managers will act as he will take the role of a liaison. Liaison means, in order to have a good relationship, to maintain a good relationship uh, with the local people, will contribute eh, for a function, local function, or for the development of the local people, for the development of the area surrounding the organization, near the organization. You know, taking a in order to maintain and develop a good network or relationship outside the organization. And second one, information role. This involves management of information, distributing information, dissemination of information inside and outside the organization. First one, monitor role. So in this monitor role, it is with search for and collection of information. Monitor role is collecting information inside and outside the organization. Liaison role, we have entrepreneur role. It is a role of manager which seeks and identifies opportunities to promote improvement and needed change. So as an entrepreneur means he will take as an entrepreneur role. So what he does is he will try to find out the opportunities available in the market. So he will look for it. He will try to find out whether he can make any improvement, whether they want to, suppose if they are thinking of it, expanding their business, they can look for the opportunities available in that market. And it also involves in the development and implementation of change of strategy. And second, disturbance handle role. These role equip managers to take corrective action needed to resolve important unexpected disturbance like strike, natural disasters. So disturbance handler role. So he will take the necessary or corrective action to solve important and unexpected disturbances. Then third, resource allocation role. So this role entails the allocation of scarce resources to the many requests for these resources. Negotiator role to negotiate resolutions. So he will act as a negotiator for important disputes both inside and outside. And let's come to types of managers. Managerial levels, it is the normal practice to place manager in a tier hierarchy consisting of top manager, middle manager, first line manager. So top manager or top level manager often called executives. So they will have all the responsibility for the welfare and survival of the organization. So they analyze the business environment and its implication for the future of the firm. So they establish overall organization goals and strategies for their achievement. So they are often titled as Chief Executive Officer, Chief Operating Officer, President, Vice President. And middle managers, The other subordinates to the top managers. The other subordinates to the top level managers and responsible for the first line managers. So they will take handle the first line managers. They often have job titles such as division head, operating head. They usually have the responsibility for implementing and controlling plans and strategies as developed by the top management. And the first line management managers, they are like supervisor, foreman, section head, or department manager. They are those to whom the operating person report. First line managers are responsible for the implementation and control of the operational plans developed by middle managers. So middle of the first line manager starts is a tremendous amount of time that's spent in direct supervision of subordinates. And second one, functional and general managers. So functional managers include like marketing managers, and financial managers, operational manager, human resource, administrative, general managers. But these general managers also the responsibility of a number of departments that usually transcend functional boundaries. A typical general manager would be a plant of divisional manager who is responsible for the functions within the plant. And line managers, so line managers, they are responsible for the major work activities that contribute directly to the production of the organization. Then staff manager, they are responsible for the provision of specialized services in support of the line managers. Then scope of management. So scope of management can be understood if we discuss the following factors: managerial demand, demands, classify, clarify what is that manager is expected to do. Managerial demands are those things that must be done about all. So there are two types of demands. It is essential that each manager meets a minimum criteria of performance. And another one, it defines the kind of work that the manager must perform. Managerial choice, managerial constraints. It refers to the choice what is to be done and the choice of the work how it is to be done. So managerial choices also leads to the these. I'll be sharing these notes in your classroom. Okay. I'll create a link. I'll share it in the WhatsApp group. If you want to say anything, please let me know. Now we'll take the attendance of civil. Thongamba?
Yes, ma'am.
Thongamba? Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
You are CAC or civil?
I'm civil.
Civil. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Uh, so civil and CAC, we'll have a common class Monday to Tuesday, 12 to 1. Okay. Monday and Tuesday, 12 to 1. I'll take your class. Only Monday and Tuesday, 12 to 1. And for these end term, I'll be taking Viva, no assignment. Okay, I'll be taking Viva before the end term. So please attend the class. Okay. So, and I'll take your attendance on a regular basis. because I'm going to give you marks on the attendance also. Yes, CAC, sorry, civil, I'll take your attendance now. Roll number one, two,
Present, ma'am.
three, four, five, six,